Justice was served. All right. That being said, justice was also served down at the 95.4 Laplace distribution range on the weekly. We did get a bounce from there. Dipped down a little bit below it, right? Did dip down a little bit below it. And I almost forgot good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Alpha Traders. Great to see everybody. So, yeah, where's Bitcoin heading now? I'll show you a little something. Right. There's been several times where Bitcoin, especially on the last pullback we had, right? When we ran up from 28K, got back up to, where did we get back up to? Like about 52, I think. When we had this pullback, which was, let's get a percentage here real quick. Boop. And boop, about 25%. This week, this weekly little pullback we had, it's 20%. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't go high enough from the start, but yeah, it's about a 20% pullback this time. Now, during that last pullback, see this little pink dot right there? This little pink dot right there, that's the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Both those weeks pulled back up. So is this now, am I saying this is the end of this pullback? Doesn't have to be, right? The last pullback we had that bounce off the 95.4, then we had a doji, then we continued some downside. Considering where we're at towards the end of the year, and with my bias, what I'm seeing on some high time frame indicators and whatnot, I truly still believe Bitcoin's getting ready to make a run by the end of the year over $100,000. It's going to be very violent too. It's going to be like thunder. So, does it happen? Doesn't have to. That's just my bias, right? That's just my bias. What I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. We get on the stream chat. Make sure I'm sending in here. There we go. Pull this up. Okay, nothing. Good. So yeah, once again, came down. Got at the time because right, these current candle ranges will fluctuate when there's move in price action, especially a hard move. If it's a real slow decline or incline, they're not really going to move that much. It's when you get these sudden jolts, right? When you literally get a 20% pullback in a week, and it's what I mean, it's only Friday. It's only Friday today. So really pretty serious pullback this week. That was a great place to bounce. Bitcoin got about $500 below it. Now it's sucked back up. And so what am I looking for now? Well, first off, I'm looking at this projection right back here. Pop back up to 60K here and then had that 50% pullback down to 30K, went sideways, bounced off the 95.4% Laplace distribution range. Ran up, had that 25% pullback, started the new projection here. Where did we reject from? To the dollar, right? 2 weeks in a row. The 95.4% Laplace distribution range. There was only a 4.6% chance this price action, either one of these candles, would have closed above here. It takes a very volatile move to get above that 95.4 and make a run to the 99.7. But I'm still sticking to my guns, and there's some really high numbers by the end of the year right here. We're talking about 95.4 is right about 100K. 99.7 is about 237K. And if you put normal distribution in there, the 3SD is, I believe, well, let's change I'm just going to change the second and third standard deviation. Now, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's move PB2 up here as well. First, I'll put it on normal. Throw this on 8 so we can get both these ranges. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Was what you're always going to see on these two different distributions. They're both distributions, right? There's no difference in that. Laplace distribution, normal distribution. The difference is where you have a super tight first standard or 68.3% Laplace distribution range, like right here, the normal distribution, the standard deviation, first standard deviation range is really wide. The second standard deviation and the 95 Laplace, 95.4 Laplace are going to be a lot closer. They're usually almost right on top of each other. It's where you get a third standard deviation right here. This is the 90, that is 99.7% range. But when you're talking about Laplace distribution, it's a much wider range. And if somebody right offhand that's listening, MJ or somebody, if you can post those real quick, show people what Laplace distribution looks like compared to normal distribution. Actually, never mind. I got it right here. I got it right here, kiddos. Where you at? It's a good one too. It's got both just overlaid on each other. And you can tell if you see the point on Laplace distribution, that's why you get a really tight 68.3 range and you get a wider normal distribution range. All right. Back to stuff. Oh, yeah. So price wise, the 3SD. If we get a 3SD move on normal distribution, it's about 140. So that being said, I'm looking at end of the year price anywhere in between. It's going to be right around probably in between 100 and 140K. Now, Bitcoin's a beast. Who knows? Does it make a 99.7 run? Do we crack 200K? Michael Saylor thinks so. Michael Saylor thinks we're going to be at $240,000 by the end of this month. Could you imagine what would happen in this next, whatever, 11, 12 days? If Bitcoin makes an 11-day run to 240K, you think that's going to grab some attention? Huh? Think some of the big money in the world is going to be like, maybe I should buy some of this Bitcoin. It's a very limited supply if people don't understand that. So when you get a lot of these, there's almost 60 million millionaires in the world. What if they all want what if they all just want one Bitcoin? Holy shit, man. There's not enough. There's going to be a battle. The price is just going to drive up so hard. But you think if you're worth $100 million, you're going to buy one? No, you're probably going to, who knows? You're probably going to buy $1 million in Bitcoin. So yeah, good times ahead for Bitcoin. That's all I got to say. Be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Let's go back. That's right. I think I was a cheerleader in past life. 18. Send this back. Send that back and put it back on Laplace distribution. So people always ask me, Bilbo, why do you use Laplace distribution exclusively? Because it's like guys and gals, it's like Laplace distribution was built for highly volatile assets. It really was. And when you think about it, when you're talking about normal distribution, the second standard deviation is 95.4, right? That's a very important range. Very rarely are you going to crack that range. And you can see on this projection, boom, it did. And if I put normal distribution, second standard deviation, it's going to be right around that area too. Is what really will the third standard or the 99.7 Laplace distribution range is going to tame that beast. When we get these massive runs, incredible. Let me show you guys something real quick. Now, do I need to put this on monthly? I think it was. Yeah, it's monthly. We've got to do this. See something. Yeah, it's PB2. So let me get my little measuring tool out here. September 2015, 75 months ago. Wow. How old were you 75 months ago? And can't remember, forget, I got to put this on normal distribution. Showed this several times, people that don't understand why we use the distribution. Bitcoin down here in September of 2015 was $235 approximately. We immediately run up, reject off the first standard deviation, sideways, reject off about the first standard deviation, start to climb, right? Look what happens. Where does Bitcoin pretty much reject from? to go down to our $3,100 low, second standard deviation. There was only a 4.6% chance that Bitcoin was going to close above this. So when everybody's just going, we're going to the moon, where's Bitcoin going? To the moon. I already told you. It rejects off the 2SD. Look at the bottom. The bottom found support on the first standard deviation, right? Launched up to there, went up to our 14K high, came back. Then we had the scamdemic dump, right? But the candles closed back up above first standard deviation. So when you look at it that way, and we're literally on a monthly here, and we've only got one left. Here, let's do quick projection. So there we go. Right here. Say this thing makes another 95.4 run. You're looking at a $280,000 Bitcoin, right? So this is going to be important. If you see Bitcoin on this monthly by the end of the month, come up here and maybe hit the 2SD at about 98K. Be prepared. You could be seeing some really high Bitcoin prices by the end of the year. Michael Saylor thinks it's going to be up here around 240K. All right. Pretty smart guy. But obviously he holds a lot of Bitcoin. Of course, he wanted to go that high. So this is a great projection. Can we hit the 95.4? Sure we can. Done it before, right? So even if let's move this on the monthly right back here to where pretty much this run started from the 10K area, 14 bars. Because this is the reason why I'll still go back to that projection, it's still valid. We've had 2 bounces off the 1SD. Okay, if it makes a 3SD run. Now here's another thing. So when we started running up from 10K on the monthly, look how you get a wick up above. Hey, there's a 0.03% chance that closes above that 3SD. Pulls right back down in. And this is normal distribution. I'm going to switch this to Laplace too. We actually close this candle outside and then we get another run. Was it any wonder we pulled back inside the second standard deviation normal distribution during this projection where there's only a 4.6% chance Bitcoin's data set was going to stay up here? Well, now we're back up above it, right? We're back up above it on the monthly. And by the end of this year, third standard deviation is about $125,000. And so when we're doing that projection on the weekly chart, that's right in between that about 145, 150,000 and the second second 95.4 on Laplace and the third standard deviation normal distribution, right? So that I'm looking somewhere in that area in between that range. And that's moderate. I'm telling you, this thing is a freaking beast. And in my opinion, this 20% pullback was enough. It's about to pop. It really could. This thing really could be in the midst of getting ready to just explode. Let's see what Laplace is telling us. Okay. I mean, can this get any more? I mean, do you see why we use this? We immediately take off from that 10K on the monthly. Brrr. Here's the 99.7, right? 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Didn't quite make it. Made a couple runs, right? But look where it's found support at. Look where the candle closes are at the 95.4. What does that tell me? Bitcoin's very comfortable up here in these low percentages. And it could be likely to make a run to this 99.7 because it's a powerful asset. $250,000 Bitcoin. Now, when Michael Saylor's popping out these numbers, do you really think that guy doesn't know about the distribution models? I guarantee he does. Guarantee he does. He's a big time investor. And look if it makes a run at look where 240 is. Right about there. Almost back up at the 99.7. This is going to be very, very interesting. You think I'm excited now? Wait till you see how excited I'm going to be if this thing really makes a run. You won't be able to contain me. Let's reload this chart. All right, back to business. Once again, bam. Bitcoin yesterday bounced from the 95.4 Laplace distribution. There is, where's that one example? La 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 la. There's a good one right there where look at this candle over here. Came down, boop, came down, bounced right off the 95.4, sucked up. That's what I'm saying. My opinion, especially I'm 465K area. If it gets back up in that range, you're going to see a massive bull wick on the bottom, and the weekly candle is going to close back up above the mean of this projection. That's going to give that thing some fuel for the last like whatever 10 days of the month to just start to make a massive move. Let's see here. All right, now let's go over to VRE. And first off, yeah, I can back that up one or two more real quick. Let's see where that projection leads. Although I like starting it right at the beginning of the day, the first nice pivot in price. Did that not go back? What is your issue, son? 1 month. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's see here. This is where I like to start it. You see how we open the day, we get some indecision, bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish candle. We come up here. Where did we get this first rejection from? In the low, right? In the low at 55.6, 6 area, right? Where at that time, because it's powerful move, like right now, the 95.4 Laplace is right about 56K. It was about 55. Leave a message if you want to speak to the Bilbo. Let's see here. God, that sidetracked the shit out of me. Oh, the 95.4 Laplace on the weekly was at about 50. What was it at? I think it was at about 55.8, somewhere in that area. It dropped a few $100 below it, and then it's bounced from there, obviously. So let me actually, okay, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Should be right about 87. Let's see. Oh, 1 too many. Got all excited, didn't you, Bilbo? There we go. Boop. So, is there anything significant going on here? Right? I mean, you had some support right up here when it pulled back underneath the monthly. That's the center of the monthly range and the top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the daily. You can see here too, found some support. The candle closes, had a little rejection there. This is why I like it. Kind of got by, but the real rejection that we had recently was at the first standard deviation normal distribution. That's that blue cross line right there. There's the first standard deviation to the downside today. I was actually looking for that area down here. I was 54, yeah, right about 55. Had some sneaky orders, so I thought maybe it'd come down. And this is the bottom of the monthly range, and the final support level for the weekly volatility range stacked on top of each other. And then you got the 1SD on today's candle right below it. I was looking for a wick down and then woof, but just a major pump off of that as well. But, the weekly held it, the weekly Laplace. So, and this is what I was looking for because, let's go back to Tuesday. I'm going to continue to do this. We're about to get into unknown territory where if we get a close today in this area right here, this was the Tuesday daily volatility range. Bitcoin opened up a candle at about 63.6. The bottom of the daily range was at about a little over 64. So we're talking $400. Have I seen daily ranges? Not many. That's a little too far, in my opinion. If that was a weekly, I would say tested, right? But we're talking about a daily. You got to get within $100. Right? If this would have say we come down here and bounce off the 68.3 and then it goes up to the 68.3 on the top side and then we get the down move, I'd be like, okay, that area's been tested. But you've heard me talking about this 64K level, right? And the top side of that daily is almost about 65. So when we get this move to the upside, this is going to be a very important area, in my opinion. We're either going to reject here and we're going to get some more downside, or we're going to go up here and we're going to blast through it. We could have a really big weekend. And today is day 4. I've never seen an untested volatility range go that long. It's like one other time I've seen it go 4 days. So we're almost in uncharted territory. We're going to be up into day 5. And if that does happen, I'm going to change my whole philosophy, and I'm going to be like, okay, if we're starting the week, but I'm going to keep it within the week. If we're starting a week, Monday, Tuesday, and one of those freaking volatility ranges on the daily don't get tested, I'm going to be like, all right, you got this weekly candle to go up there and test it, right? But literally a high 90 something percentile, it's never been over 3 days, right? And usually it's within the next day or the day. It'll dump away from it and then go up and test it. You can go back in time and look at the indicator. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This thing does not lie. So I've been waiting for a run up to that 64K area, right? Been just waiting. It's right about here, right? Today it was about the 4th standard deviation normal distribution. But remember, we got this tight weekly range up here at about what's the center? 65, 670. It will not shock me at all if we have a massive weekend. Because when you get a tight weekly range like that, and we have only had there it is. Altogether, start the week out at what was the high? About 66.3, like $11,000 in price action, in my opinion. I'm looking for $16,000 in price action. What would complete that? A run right up to that 64K area, or actually a run back up to the weekly range this weekend? That's going to be some trending price action, right? We did trend to the downside. Now, are we going to trend to the upside going into the weekly close and get back up here? That would be more in my ballpark, having that tight of a weekly range and the trend I'm really looking. So, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you can see, right, when we did drop below here at the beginning of the day, came up, bounced right off the 68.3, got above it, whoop, and then the rejection right here off the 1SD. That's what's going on right now. But this is also the bottom of the daily volatility range where we just had that little 15-minute pullback and it bounced out of there. And then we're back up above. This, if anything, I like seeing. We got back up above the center of the monthly range. And I was telling everybody in previous streams, these algos are down here somewhere. Big time. I guarantee you, if this price would have got down into this area, you would have seen some massive 15-minute candles, right? I bet you there was a ton of orders waiting down here, a bunch. I mean, you can see when it tapped down here to the bottom of 68.3, we had a nice move. But this is, yeah, I'm excited about this weekend, actually. I'll be paying very close attention. Now, show you something on the 12-hour. Got the chosen one down here, supporting price action. All right, we got a little bit below it. You can see we got this 12-hour candle bounced perfectly off this variance log MA. Then we opened up, got that low, but the candle pulled back up, closed back up above it. This is a powerful setting I'm using here. So at the time being right now, we still have the two low, or no, actually, yeah, actually the low length has turned white, right? Has turned white. would be awesome for this to pump here and find some support on what is this? That's the Fisher. That's the reverse Fisher. We got down below that. I was like, okay, we got the old chosen one down there. Let's see if it bounces this 12-hour price action. And it did so far. Obviously, we want to get back up above the central power, right? White dotted line. Where's that central power mean at? About 63.6, close to the bottom of that daily volatility range. It never got tested. The daily central power mean about 63.5. 4-hour central power mean about 65, I think. No. That was the Fisher, my bad. 65.1 is the 4-hour reverse Fisher, right? And if you guys remember back here, Fisher strong. We got a nice rejection off the reverse Fisher right here. Back down. What caught price action? The chosen one. That's what bounced price action. Powerful 369 philosophy. I don't care what anybody says. They can talk shit all they want. Are they traders? Do they trade? Do they know what the hell they're doing? Like the clown show we all know about? No, they have no idea. They don't have a clue about trading. So let's see here. What other time frame did I want to pop to? Because obviously it's all going to start on the low time frames because you can see what happened here on the 4-hour, right? We butted up against this low length variance log MA, all right, set on an 11. So let's go down here. What about the 90-minute? I know we're above. Yep, we're okay. So on the 90-minute, we're finding some support above the 11, right? Is what I want to see. I definitely want to get up above the reverse wave trend. This is it right here at about 58,860 is the reverse wave trend. The central power mean, we're almost at it. And that's actually 58.4 area. Got to crack that on the 90-minute. Why do I like the 90-minute chart? I wonder why. 99, right? I love the 90-minute chart. It's powerful as hell. So we get up above there and we start cracking through these variance log MAs. Then the 90 minutes going to run into this Fisher at almost 62K, 61,840 right now, approximately. Got to get up above that. And then you want to see these log MAs, you know. And the reason why we're using this stuff, we want to be so there's a little familiarity. If people are coming from traditional technical analysis, they love their lines. They just unfortunately been using the wrong ones, right? Log MAs, powerful. Our variance log MAs are even more powerful because it's going to tell you what's going on with the returns. Not only are they log return MAs, the color changes are telling you what's going on with the returns. When it's pink like this, it's telling you returns are below the mean and variance is rising. What happens when returns are below the mean and variance is rising? You get one hell of a dump. That's what happens. Goes pink again right here. There are log returns below the mean, variance starts rising again. We finish out this little dump here. When it's orange, it's telling you, hey, the log returns are still below the mean, but the variance is coming back down. It's not rising anymore. So what happens? You get sideways action. All right. Okay. Let's pop up here onto a 2-day. Yep, good. I'm on the index. And I see Solana and Cardano tightened up, right? There's only about what is it? Yeah, about 2 billion. 2 billion. Because Solana really pulled back hard. Now I like this on the 2-day, right? Kind of bounced right here at the central power mean. And I'm loving the slope on everything. Now, obviously, the low length variance log MA is still pink. So the returns on that low length are still below the mean. When do we get a new 2-day candle? Okay, we just got one. So tomorrow or the 20th. Yeah, God, what's the date today? Shit. Yeah, tomorrow we get a new 2-day candle. I would suspect we get upside action. You're going to see this. You're going to see this log MA. It's going to turn yellow first, right? Still saying returns are below the mean, but that the variance is coming down. Then it'll probably shift to white. And then flip around, we want to see blue, right? When you see this baby turn blue, the returns are above the mean and variance is rising. Powerful. But so for a 2-day, stayed above the reverse wave trend, stayed above the central power mean. By the way, central power mean set it at a 33 length. Master number, roll 33 plus total it up. It's a 6, but that's what you don't do with master numbers. You leave them alone. Anybody that studies numerology out there understands exactly what I'm talking about, and will understand. Anybody that's studied Nikola Tesla will understand all about the 369 and why people are like, oh man, he's literally probably one of the smartest men that have ever lived that didn't get the recognition that he deserved. Um, Everything he did was based on the 369. If you didn't know that, you know it now. And you know why all his shit was next level. It's because he based everything, his entire philosophy and that guy was all over the map with his inventions. He was dabbling in so much different shit. It was crazy. So yeah, 369. That was his entire philosophy. So I like the 2-day anyway. This 2-day candle pulled back up inside this 33 log MA, right? I got an 11, I got a 33, I got a 54, and I got a 144. So are my 3 lengths. My 3 sons. Who remembers who's a boomer? Who remembers my 3 sons? Holy shit. The kids right now are going, what the fuck is Bilbo talking about? He's talking about some old school shit on TV. Good night, John Boy. I just did a little cross reference there. It's got nothing to do with my 3 sons, but that's another oldie but goodie. I know MJ's laughing his ass off right now. So 3-day, could you get a better bounce? Could you get a better bounce on the 33 length
Are you calling me a
variant?
boomer?
Hey, we're close enough. We are
For
definitely
sure.
close enough.
The old Waltons, baby. Love it.
Go Waltons. Yes. But look at that perfect bounce on this dump. Right off the 33 variance log MA. And you notice as I'm going through these time frames, it's not like it's magic. It's the numbers. It's the settings. They are going to be catching. They're going to be grabbing on the price action. 5-day got a little bit below the 11, but now boom, we've pulled back up. Let's see. And what I really like is the reverse wave trend. Everything's almost crossed up the central power mean, right? Everything's almost crossed up because these power means are going to cross it up. Then the central power mean will stabilize and get back into the center. That's why it's called the central power mean. Everything's already above the reverse fissure, the 144, right? When you get that reverse fissure crossing up that 144 on these high time frames, which it's been for a long time, right? Powerful. Powerful. 7-day. There we go. 7-day was digging around down here, pulled back, hammered down on the 11. Where on super high time frames, that's going to give you a good idea. Are we still going to trend to the upside? Right? That's what the low length one's really good for on high time frames. Are we going to continue this trend? Looking good right now, right? And I'll tell you what, that's a great looking 7-day candle. When did we get one? Just got a new one yesterday too, or today, sorry. So yeah, it's going to be like the 25th. All right. So the 25th, we will be getting a new 7-day. Now, what happens this 7-day pulls back up to 64? What if we get back up to 64? You know what the 7-day candles are going to look like? A fucking beast. What do they call that, ladies and gentlemen? If you see this bullish candle close this 7-day up here by 64, which hell, man, it's 6 days away. This could be a massive 7-day candle, in my opinion. But if it closes right here, I mean, right now it's in the process of backfilling this candle. So we'll see what happens. The weekly is going to look a little different. Yeah, right. And this is the weekly candle. People are like, well, what the hell? 7-day is a week. Guys, if you don't know the difference, start looking at these different time frames. A 7-day is way different than a weekly. You can see another positive sign, right? Finding support on this low length variance log NA. Love it. And all the slopes are looking great as well. I mean, like we're not going to populate too much on the monthly. The monthly's going to just it's a rock star. That's all I got to say about that. Hell, when you populate the Fisher, that's just because we're on such a high time frame. Down the 15-minute, which is this is a really good sign. I mean, we're back above the lower three, right? We're back above 33, the 54, and the 144. The reverse Fisher is turning back up, starting to slope back up. You can see right here when we had that 15-minute pullback earlier, it got down below the reverse wave trend and the 54 setting on the variance log MA, pulled back up, closed, bumped back up. Now we're back up above those pups again. The last 15-minute candle came down to the dollar and tested the 33. Now you can see where we rejected from. The low length, the 11, bounced right down. So now Bitcoin's job, let's get up here by the close of the day. Let's get up above 58.3. Close today, 15-minute candles above up here. We could go into a just beautiful little weekend pump. And we're still working on these, like the 30-minute. Let's see, is there going to be different? Yep, same thing. Boy, we're almost above that 33. Almost above it. Or wait a minute, 11. Got confused here. Let's see what's what. That's the 11. That's the 30. Yeah, we're above the 33. We're trying to crack above the 54 right now. And so first step, right, is we want to get this 11 back up above the 54, then the 33. The 11's already crossed the 33. Taking people back to their MA days, they're probably getting all excited. But these are MAs I can talk about. They got nothing to do with price action at all. But you can see, the price action is going to follow the returns. And now, what time is it? Holy crap! Talking 35. That's how I roll. There we go. Let's go to fun chart. Fun chart time. I'm going to be interested to see. I mean, this is also bull div, right? Bull div playing out like on the 4 hour, the 6 hour, the 8 hour, right? But what's that bull div start to build? It starts to build hidden bear, right? But you can also see the dictator down here, which this is all built on Fisher transform on the 8 hour. The 8 hour, both lengths starting to turn up, and they're way down here on the bottom side by the second deviation band. So that's also looking good. 12 hour, bull div. And the dictator's way down here as well too. Boom, lots of bull div on the 12 hour. Just was building. And when I see that, all that bull div building, we were around that 144 variance log MA. It's kind of a no-brainer. Why everybody's going, we're going here, we're going there. I said before, I was like, we could very possibly load up, baby. We could very possibly be heading to the reverse Fisher down here, which is now almost at 51K. But, right, the 54 log MA, grab that daily price action, bounced it. Bull div on the daily. All right. Higher lows on the returns oscillator. Lower lows on the price action. Lower lows on the price action. And if you didn't notice, I mean, it's a great looking daily candle, especially if this baby comes up here and closes at the top of the wick. Say we close. And what did I just tell you where I wanted to close on the 15-minute? Above that 11 was above 58.3. The top of that wick right there is 58.3, 15 or 320 or something. Now, why do I talk about candles? I don't talk about candles because I'm just like, hey, I know that's a bullish hammer, and that just means price action is going to go to the top. It's like, no, I know that volatility is creating the candle. And so I know what the volatility is telling me, that the volatility is turning around, right? That's how I read the candles. Where most people are just like, most people don't even know that. It's not even like a thought process that volatility is creating what these candles look like. So you got to be real careful because that volatility can change in a heartbeat. You got to know how to read the volatility just in case. And when the daily closes today, this is either going to change negatively correlated because of the great daily candle we had today and keep heading down, or it's going to turn back up positively correlated. And I'm looking at the returns oscillator isn't even close to hidden bear yet, right? Isn't even close. For that hidden bear to build, I mean, actually, if we get up around the zero mean, if you see this returns oscillator come up here and reject off the zero mean, we're going to get some downside because it will be playing into some hidden bear, right? Lower lows on price action. And then higher high on the oscillator. But is what's looking even better is the log return Z-score. Here's the last high there. So you'd have to have that log return Z-score up in this area. If you see that, you're going to see Bitcoin up here above all this. You're going to see Bitcoin back up like over 66 probably. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And look at the daily dictator, right? It's right down here by the 2 SD band. Looking for a nice bounce. Looking for a nice bounce. And then I'm looking at the AVZ, right? Right now, the Z score is coming back down, and it's really, I'll call that flat. So it's coming back down, negatively correlated, flat negative correlation. So price action is walking up. I'm telling you right now, if we close this day and the Z score turns up and this really slopes up into pos and starts heading positive, you're going to see a nice big pump. But at the same time, if this starts heading down and it goes positive, you're going to see price action come down. So it all starts on lower time frames. What's going on down here in the ABC? Yeah, Andy. I like the 12-hour. All right, we're at one standard deviation right now. First standard deviation to the top side, heading into positive correlation on the 12-hour. Playing out with all this bull div. All this bull div. But like I said, right, here's the top of the returns oscillator. As soon as this point gets above here, you're starting to build some hidden bear. So you're going to want to see the price action get up above this data set. Where's that? 66 over the weekend. And then there is no hidden bull, right? There is no hidden bull. Maybe from way back here, but by that time we go to 66, this returns oscillator is going to be up here above that, above all those highs. So it's going to be a party. Big old party. There was bull div on the log return Z score too. And hell, it's just turned up. It's just turned up. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And another thing I like seeing, is that right? We had all that trend to the down, especially on these low time frames. Wasn't the 4-hour flashing? No, it wasn't the 4-hour. So maybe I think that was 9. Getting low, random. You can see on the 90-minute, right? On these dumps on the 90-minute. All right, look at the correlation telling you it's that the move is going, if it trends, not even if it trends, if it's random, the move is going to the downside. All right, so we drop into trend here and get the first big dump. Boom. Then we start getting a flash on the entropy, right? We start to get a flash on the entropy. We get a flash on the correlation. Then it immediately starts to go to the downside correlation again, and we drop into trend again. We trend to the downside, to the lows we just had. That's what I love about these candles, right? This is all trend right here. Trend, 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 trend. Random, 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 trend. It's all random right now. Flashing. So what happens here on the entropy on the 90-minute? As soon as you see, we're probably really close to getting a flash on the correlation. Entropy's already flashing. This thing goes blue on the top side, telling you the move incoming is going to be up, and we drop into trend, you will see that move up that high. We're talking 9K or 8K. Then I'm looking at the Fisher or the dictator, right? 90-minute turning down, but that is the low length. It's only on a 9. You got this higher length set on a 33. It's kind of rolling over a little bit. This will be interesting to see how this plays out. But I mean, we're talking 90-minute, right? We still got it. All this selling it's exhaustion. We were talking about this yesterday. That's what this APP is great for, right? There is no oversold, overbought. Shit, if something's being overbought, it's time to fucking buy. That's what always confuses the shit out of me. That means, boom, everybody's buying. It doesn't mean sell. So, but you got to be careful with that. That's why we take our profit. Get back, dog. Jesus. We'll call you back, bro. Get back, man. Now, let's see. Like right now on the 90-minute too, right? Positive correlation on the AVZ heading down. So that's kind of holding this price action down right now. So is what you want to see is this stay positively correlated. Have this entropy come out of flash. I mean, that's as random as it gets. See this yellow flash. Entropy is just random. It's telling you that price action, just random. Very random. Look, it's just yellow candle city. Got nothing in the chat. Okay. Let's bear with something I was looking at earlier. Let's actually back over here. Let's pop this, right? Because when we're getting a close here, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It's on the 30. That's what I want to do. So if there was a 12-hour too. Yeah. So on the 12-hour on the CME, we're back up above the reverse Fisher. It's going to close the weekend above that reverse Fisher. That's strong, right? I mean, you can see the bounce right here to the dollar CMEs bounced right off the reverse Fisher, pulled up. Boom. And then we open. We see that's what's so weird about sometimes these CME candles, man. They skip and shit. But anyway, you can see what happened. Right, we're above it. Bottom line. Day 2. And the daily right now is just above the reverse wave trend. Reverse wave trend's right under it, but you can see right now it's getting stifled. It's getting stifled by this 33. Be nice for CME is a quick little pump like over 58, close there, $170. Can you do it, CME? Would have been real nice to see it close above the central power. And this just gives me a little foresight of what's going on because like on the 12-hour, boom, you can see, okay, so CME is above the reverse Fisher. Here's the reverse Fisher on future on perps, right? Way up here. So I'm looking for this area to get cracked this weekend. I mean, it's not even too high above. It's only, the way Bitcoin is. For Christ's sake, it's only like $3,300, $3,400 above. But ultimately, we want to get back up above the central power means, get back up to that daily range that was never tested. And like I'm never shocked about anything Bitcoin does, but I'm surprised we haven't went up to that area yet. We came down here, we created this low, got some nice support down here, especially when you realize that this on the 12-hour, that 144 was lining up perfectly with that 95.4 Laplace on the weekly. So a lot of good Good stuff going on there. Just for shits and giggles. Yeah, of course. That's what happens when you turn on the money machine and you're literally nationalizing the markets. These scammy ass politicians buying all the buying all the securities with fake money, propping up the stock market. How long is that going to go on for people to lose their freaking ass? Or is it just going to continue to rise? It's crazy as hell. I mean, you're up here trending. You're up here trending again. Right? I remember right here, old this is where Sosnoff Tasty Trade was going. Oh, we're getting a massive pullback. We're gonna get a big crypto pullback. We're gonna get a nice 5% pullback or something. Boom, boom, boom. Boop. Found support on the 11, trended back up, new all-time highs. Of course. You think that goofball's using any of this? I've made so many comments to him. Those guys are so stuck in their ways, it's ridiculous. That's one thing that me and the dickhead and the other server agreed on. It's how stuck in their ways Tasty Trade guys were. They won't listen about the volatility, especially me. Especially me. Hell, that dumbass doesn't even listen about correlating volatility. That's because I know something he didn't know, so of course he's got to go against it. It's just the way that goof ass is. Yeah, SPY's looking really good. Trending like crazy. Who knows where that's going? What about our green energy scammer, richest man on the planet? See what's going on over here. Oh, NASDAQ. Yeah, it's Tesla. Shit, Tesla looks strong. Strong looking Tesla. So wrong. What I really want to see it on. Let's pop over here. The hell, where are we? There you are. BTC. Hold on, I'll look at that in a second. Actually, I don't even want the PBs. I want to see what Tesla's doing on this weekly. Okay, you can see immediately Tesla opens up this new week, right? Hammers down to the first standard deviation, to the dollar. Oh, I don't know. Does the distribution work? I don't know. Sometimes they always hit. It's crazy. Now, I mean, dude, right now, pretty much one SD shuffle on the weekly. Powerful. Powerful. Tesla just closed the week up above its first standard deviation. Right? So we'll get a new weekly candle coming in Monday. What the hell's Tesla gonna do? Could explode. Even Christmas. This is all looking pretty good. 100%. What did it do on the daily this last day? Yeah, definitely almost a 2 SD move or something. No, not even quiet. What am I talking about? Hush, son, hush. Yeah, pretty much ranged in between the Laplace on the daily. 68.3. Pink dot. Pink dot. Stuff. Yep, see Iscariot. Let's see here. Daily BTC FTX charts. Noticing it big time. Yeah, very little. You're talking about no matter if it's positive or negative, just there's no significant correlation. That what you're talking about, Andy? And I actually was noticing it. I was noticing, especially on the low length. Hello, there's a little bit of significantly negative, a little bit of significant positive right there. Here's a little bit of significant positive, a little negative. But we're talking, holy shit, man. Back to from August. Yeah, back until August. Then you got the 981 here, same deal. Very little, very little. Holy shit. Yeah, man. Very little significant correlation on all lengths. Powerful. Powerful. Indeed. Indeed. What else? 12 hour. Because I do. When we get this dictator rolling, I like to look for divergence on this bad boy too. Trust me. What time frame was that on? 4 hour? Yeah, yeah. Some bull dip on the 4 hour. That baby, that low length man is just starting to break. And I'm telling you right now, you get bull div on both. It's powerful for some reason on the dictator. When the Fisher transform is showing bull div, now obviously that's the low length. The high length wasn't showing it. That low length sure is, and it's just now breaking EMA, getting ready to go into the weekend. See what happens. See what happens. Let's go. See it. Yeah. Just not being any significant correlation on that daily. It's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Like the high length on the 4 hour, that's a significant. Okay. So right up. See anything else is sticking out. I mean, obviously on this 4 hour, right? We got to get above. Got to get above. Still, I mean, what are we going to reject off of that low length variance log MA on the 4 hour again? If we do, this weekend could be ugly as hell. We get more downside action. Got to get back up above here. Got to get back up above. These two 4 hour candles were great. I mean, this last 4 hour candle of the day, kind of ugly, But you can see, all right. I mean, when we're having those two going up real nice, where we went, variance started coming down positively correlated, right? But here's the thing. I mean, from that data set top, little tiny bit of hidden bear, not very extreme at all. And there isn't any on the log return z-score. Like I said, I do like the Fisher turning up down here. And I do like on the 4 hour, the ABZ coming down, heading into negative correlation. It's the battle of the indicators. Who's strong? And I do like where, I mean, because this whole time, right, this thing been trending down on the 4 hour underneath the Gaussian mean. Close this one candle above, but now boom, we're up above and we are sitting. We definitely want to close the day above 57.4. That's where the Gaussian mean is right now. Boom. That'd be a good launch point. Okay. And look where the 2SD is on the 4 hour, but a little bit over 66. A little bit over 66. But is what I'm saying is, you go down on that weekly to that 95.4 Laplace, that's usually a good bottom for the week. So my bias is to the upside. My bias is to the upside, especially when I'm looking at this bull div on the daily. It's not super strong. It's there though. It's there. It's there for sure. Let's take a peek real quick though. See the 4. So go back to get off this. Yeah, and another reason, right? I mean, does the bull div between returns and price action play out? It does. That's what we're seeing on the 4 hour. Right? High, lower high, lower high, high, higher high, higher high. The return on your investment was diminishing. Down we go a little bit. So yeah, let's see what this looks like on higher time frames, about a 12 hour. Healthy. That's what it's looking like. It's looking healthy. Sure, 100%. And from this low right here, boom, there was a little bull div right there. Right. From these big 12-hour candles. Some bull div. So now that's a beautiful 12-hour candle. Love that little guy. So this is looking healthy on the 12-hour, but the 8-hour. Really nothing bad. Nothing bad. It'd definitely be nice. Here's the thing though. is why this is actually good, right? We get this nice 8-hour return candle and a nice 8-hour price action candle. But right now, it's not a higher high on this candle, right? I mean, there is no divergence. So, yeah, there was probably no, not even on the 6-hour. So that's good. What's a daily look like? Starting to come back up. And like I think I showed this yesterday, yeah, there was no bull dip between the return price action, at least the ALR. Obviously, this lower low here, boom to the boom, that's what you're seeing on the daily right here. The bull div is on the returns oscillator. Good stuff. Good freaking stuff. And 56,827. Now that's almost 1K below us. That's where the 54 lane that we bounced off of. Yeah, very interesting. All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description. Follow the welcome message when you come in. It'll tell you exactly what to do. Or you can just sit in the waiting room like people love to do for whatever reason and stare at the wall. There's not much down in there. But yeah, every once in a while we'll come down in there and poke and prod you. Definitely follow the welcome message. Open up a support ticket. Read the shop channel. See what we got going on. And I want to thank everybody for watching live in the Discord. If we get some crazy price action, I'll do a live stream probably down in the Wolfpack chat. And other than that, wherever you live at in this realm in the metaverse, we had a great victory today in the world of Second Amendment rights and being able to protect yourself from freaking crazy people. So very happy with that kid. I'm very proud. I'm not very rarely am I proud of the justice system, but it showed today we have some hope. We still have some hope. These jurors were not intimidated by the mob because that's scary. We get into that realm, we're fucked. If people don't understand that, we're really screwed if they let intimidation affect the outcome of trials. And unfortunately, it didn't. Unfortunately, people lost their lives, but it was self-defense all the way, in my opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion. So yeah, all that being said, great day. I'll see you guys later.